Edited it all night. Okay, it looks like we actually do have somebody here. I'm just going to try and reload this. If it doesn't work, I'm going to reset it up and start again because we got a bit of an error in the corner. The other thing I could do, but I think that's going to be distracting because of the icon or the cartoon that goes with it. I could grab the other device and try it, but let me just see here. There's that yeast guy. Shh, please. Well, I don't know what to do. But I'm going to just try this again. Sometimes third time's charm. Okay. We're going to try and roll with it. Because I'm feeling this right now. I'm feeling it. I know there's a couple people that might be available to feel it with me, to join in. Just a guy that seemed like he really, really liked my magazine. And he's like, my English is successfully for me to understand it. Hadn't been the case. And I hope that my friends that maybe English isn't their first language, but just appreciate what they do understand, ask questions about what they don't, and we'll manage. Okay, so I'm just kind of setting this up a little bit so that the dog can't get his ball stuck under the couch. Usually I'm able to get it, but just in case I'm not. Okay, and this looks like it's at least 50%, so that's okay as well. That's good. And because of the other thing that I'm noticing, although I actually think, is it not down here? It is. And the last thing I looked up was one of the songs that I'm thinking of doing. And I also have to remember that event tomorrow. I also have to very, very quickly check my emails. It's a bit of multitasking, but we'll get there. Okay. Just like I say, somebody is planning to stop by and drop something off shortly. And they might be saying that they're on their way. But I mentioned in the description, if that is an interruption, it'll be a brief one. But so I'm going to do some songs here. And can somebody, and I haven't been rolling that long, but there is somebody here. Can you please at least say hi? I would love it if we have a bit of a chat. But there is something on the laptop screen of which I'm recording this over top of the lap. Or at least it looks like you have. Sometimes that's a glitch I see fairly often. Let me see here. And it's not always accurate. A couple of the new people, it doesn't look like this is red. They enjoyed being here, but they may have meant to, but they didn't. That's ironic. There's an advertisement that was kind of party themed. And this wasn't accurate the other day. No goals, just that it does well. And where do I see all chat? Okay, cool. So comments don't look like, and I tried to reload it 2 or 3 times, don't look like they're going to display on the laptop in which I'm recording. But if you want to join the conversation and also help me to know that it is working, I can follow them on my cell phone. A lot of people do that anyway. I'm going to try not to, but Gary the girl, was that his name? And then they were talking about boxing, and then there was something else that was said in the Maxi chat. and it made me kind of think, huh, interesting. Oh my gosh. Um, yeah, there is that, but oh, okay. Wait a minute. Is this the Nina I'm familiar with? Going from one stage to the next. Somebody saying lost job became a homeless. There is no God. Something like that in here, in this chat. What I saw first, and what I saw may have been in reply to that, but what I saw first was guardian angels are here big time or something like that. That definitely seemed like a message to me. Perhaps you and things need to hear. But also, it could have been because of that person that has become homeless. They also have a bit of a hand injury right now. So, but so yes, like I say, the comment section is not working via the laptop, but I can hopefully see them via the cell phone. So feel free to put. If there's an interruption within the home, it'll be brief. Hopefully our dog settles back down because he's one of those type of dogs. As soon as you get up, he gets up and he's like, okay, what are we doing? Where are we eating? What are you going to drop for me, kind of thing. And we're not going anywhere. We're not eating anything right now, and we're not going to drop anything for it. So I have to remember I'm used to looking at this screen when I podcast, unless I'm podcasting with this one, but it worked fine last night. It does a little bit of a wonkiness sometimes, and I don't trust it to do the recording. So, but yeah. So just lay back down like you were being funny, and I appreciate it. It says all messages, but I mean, I was unable to put one, and but I'm pretty sure it's in the description. So that's I was going to put it in both places, but people can hopefully just see the description. Okay, so and this has been sitting on for a while, and I got distracted and wandered away. But yeah, yeah. Sorry, there's just three kind of things coming up in the schedule, and I know that the person that's going to drop by is going to ask about them. But we can talk about that later. I can say I confirmed the one. Hopefully, we can make it work, or you can reschedule your appointment. The other one I could possibly do myself. we'll have to see. And the other one's tomorrow. And then also to be there with someone who's struggling. But they both know how to come here, so hopefully they will. And I gotta try and focus here. Actually, what's interesting, unless it's just the other phone where this isn't the case, what's interesting is G's phone I sometimes borrow because of, like I say, how this one can be wonky and when he's using the computer, but I can actually that was something. That's right. You know what it is? It's because I'm viewing it, not watching it via the cell, or not recording it via the cell phone. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to put this in. But because I can't on the laptop, I'll do it here. And I guess it's counting that thing from YouTube as the first chat. Well, then it should count that as the second, but it still says one. I have the door closed. I did lower the AC. I just don't want the dog to. What do I want on? Again, this is light, but I worry that it might get too warm too quickly. Although I don't think I will. Like I say, this is a very light shirt, and it's a little less fancy than the other thing, and I don't want it to distract from the music. I mean, I don't think it would anyway, but just in case. Okay, so sorry for the slow start. I did just do a 4-hour podcast, but I thought some people, and I thought this was a nice, who knows what may come into it, with people chatting and song requesting or whatever. But at the moment, it feels like nice, concise, 3 songs. Do them, enjoy it, and wrap up kind of thing. For the most part. I mean, if it's more than that, cool, I guess. But as I say, I had been rolling 2 days in a row now, record long. I mean, sometimes they get long, and I'm, this and that. It's all good. But I've been rolling for like 4 hours right before this, technically. So, truth be told, I am feeling a bit slow, and I started fairly early in the day, early-ish. So I am feeling a bit slow, but I'm also feeling a bit musical, and I want to do this. And we got the guardian angels here, and hopefully we have you here. We got like angels in heaven, and hopefully you as well. What song do I want to start with? I don't know. I don't know. I want to save that one maybe for the finale. And I'm kind of keeping that effect on for this. I don't know how it would work with the other ones. I don't want it to sound too samey either. I have to add all this stuff. I also don't want to change the tempo I have set, so will that work? Left a good job in the city. Kind of cool. Working for the man every night and day. Make it work. But I never lost. Saw the good side of the yesterday. Worry about the way things that might have been. Big wheels keep on turning. Proud Mary, keep on burning. 'Cause we are rolling. Ooh, rolling, yeah. Rolling on the river. It's like right here. Enjoying it, being a little extra close to me and feeling in a slightly different spot. I appreciate it. Okay, well, that kind of worked. It was a bit slower than I would have done it, but it's interesting that you can put your own twist on a song and still not toot my own bugle. There's that bugle again. Was that in the past one, or the end of the last one, or was it in this one? I have no filter sometimes, by the way, just so you know. So if that's your kind of thing, or you can roll with it in a positive way, headphones or teaching moments, then that's cool. But anyway, people will be like, what does this have to do with the bugle, though? Well, again, that may have been in the latter part of the previous one or the earlier part of this one. But the point of the matter is you can really change up a song a little bit, but still make it sound all right. And I think that was a success. If I do say so, and I do. So what was the other one I was going to do? Country Roads. But again, a part of me, I think what I'm going to do, because we do have somebody here, again, if there is an interruption in our home, it's very brief. Please remind me to give her to look at the phone table. I think I'll see it, but just in case. But I'm not exactly sure when it's gonna be. So what I think I'm going to do is the song which I have this style, tempo, etc. selected for. I didn't want to mess with my settings, so I decided to try my other song idea with it. But I don't really want to do them all the same style. And I'm hoping that comments are working, even if not on the laptop, that I can see them on the cell phone. So I would love it if you would let me know if you, you put one and I receive it, I can let you know. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Appreciate that too. And I'm curious who we got watching. If you'd like to say how you came across the channel, if you've ever been before, and where you're watching from, if you'd like to say. We've got two of you here, and let's keep this show going. And if you have any song requests, even though I have done a lot of podcasting today because I've been able to, and I'm feeling in the mode to do it. If you have any song requests, feel free to put them. But I have these three on my mind. Now, this one, I think I did put the word title in the party in the title again with this one. And some people what was my description? This is a moment of the party where we're sitting in chairs or imagining that maybe we're sitting on the floor amongst, other people who are sitting in furnitures, and we're in like a cozy living room or maybe we're in a cafe and, in our imagination, and we've got a beverage of some sort, and we realize that sometimes healing is a way of is something to celebrate too. It actually always can be. And sometimes that will come into things amongst the fun, wild, whatever makes a party for you. And I'd be curious if there's any unique things that you'd like to have in a party. Also, I want to say that if Nina is watching, again, my heart really goes out to you in your situation. Anybody else that's struggling, this might be something new that you're getting used to that you've never experienced before, and it is a hard thing. And so understandable that it would give you all kinds of feelings, and I'm sorry that you do not feel, and anybody else who does not feel love, whether it be from God or anyone that you would want to feel it from. My video yesterday, my 4-hour-long one, but at the start, said some really powerful things about love in a conversation with one of our viewers. And so I welcome you to check that out. Again, we got two of you here. If one of you would at least say hello, or hi, and hopefully more than that, but to let me know that the comments are going to appear on the cell phone, because we've got Gerald the monkey there saying there's some sort of glitch on the laptop. Watch it actually be Gerald the monkey. Or is it Gary the gorilla, which is also a monkey? Anyway, or is it Jane Goodall from Beyond? Anyway, sorry, I'm being goofy. Don't mind me. Okay, so this is going to be pretty cool, I think. I was noodling with this a little earlier in my other podcast. Nobody was around at the time, unfortunately, but I'm glad that I have two of you here now. And if nothing else, I hope that you like it. I mean, you're here, you're watching, you're listening. There must be something you like and resonate with or are curious about, and I appreciate that. But if you hit the like button, other people will see that this video has some likes, and so will I. Like I say, I appreciate it. So I don't know if you are familiar with the song "I'll See You Again" by Westlife. I'm going to do my own spin on it with the things that I got with this lovely keyboard, which I'm blessed to have. I'm still learning it. It's almost like DJing a little bit. But what I've got is Italian Waltz and those kind of sounds. And there's a secondary sound under that. See if you hear it. You might have to have headphones on. So what I'm going to do is start this off with just the piano, and then I'm going to bring in the thing. Or try to. Okay. Sounds a little bit different than it did a moment ago, but let's give this a try. Alrighty. So again, feel the feels. This is not necessarily an upbeat song, but it's a beautiful song. It's something I think I know a lot of us can relate to. And I say hold those that you do have a special place in your heart for, even if they've passed away, in your heart. Hug yourself if you need to. And the person left. Both of you seem to have left, unless that's inaccurate. Come on, it was just tender. It was just tender, and yeah, maybe it triggered something, but I think it's comforting to know, although the wait can be hard sometimes, that we will see them again. We will see our loved ones again. That's what I like to believe, and what I fairly strongly feel. Mine are here with me, but it's always great to have the angels and lovely people online and in person too when we can. And if they both did leave, it might be inaccurate. Since there's one on here. If they both did leave, like I was really moments away from the song. I know it was a bit of a long build-up, but this is under 25 minutes long. You came in at about the 15, 20-minute mark. I was doing something else at the beginning, so it really didn't take that long. So. I'm just going to say what I said because it was mentioned in the previous video, which I restarted. I think it was getting pretty long, and some are, and I could have still went for another 2 or 3 hours, although I don't think I would have had the stamina. Some people do, and it keeps it just fine. But, well, I'm surprised it's not suggesting the rates spelling instead of CON. But I thought it might kind of be a bit of a turnoff to some people. I mean, and also it should have had more than 3 likes in 4 hours. But it did have some nice comments, and I appreciate that. Well, one already has. 2 possibly already have. And 20 of them until tuning. Okay. So it's there for people so they can see it while I'm doing it. And I'm going to hop right into it now. Okay, I'm getting a bit more. You know, this is a big pillow behind me, but my back doesn't entirely feel as supported as I might like it to be. But neither do I sometimes, you know. But sometimes I do, and I'm thankful for those times. Okay, y'all, are you ready? Let's do it. Are you ready? No, doesn't say that anybody's here, so maybe not. But I'm not going to focus on that right now. I do kind of want to get up, and it's going to be hard not to focus if I don't give my knees a bit of a stretch. If I don't have a bit of lotion. You're going to grab another pillow. Ooh, oh, you saw it, did you? Ow! These are not the one past that. Oh. But it also doesn't really. I don't have a mirror, do I? I have that open there. And what if she comes to the door and I have to see them? No. Maybe tomorrow. Okay. Oh, baby. Okay. I'd really love it if somebody was here. Do I want to play with country roads with it? Like I said, I didn't really want to use all the same style for all of them, but I'll just noodle with this, and I'll be able to watch this screen. And I did just put it on, but I guess I didn't get very much. Okay, so I'm sorry to get up one more time. One more time. In fact, maybe I should bring it over here because this one's almost empty. As long as I remember to bring it back. Yeah, you got your eye on the prize, honey. I should actually put this one over here. I almost forgot to put that one. Where do I put this one? I don't really totally understand the naming, but this is a perfect one for party. Party listen. Okay. Oh. And I think I am going to put this on. And if it's not your style, you're not wearing it. Nobody's ever said anything, but I know some people might think it might look a little bit whatever on me, but you know, it's about love and we all have our own individual style. And I just don't want something with sleeves. Even though that other thing was light, it gets warm, you know, for some reason. Whereas this is a cool, soft material, and it's easily you can just adjust it. If your arm's warm, you can just pull it off your arm. Your neck's warm, it's easier to take off if I want to do that. So yeah. I should run a bit louder. I could attach it to an amp, but I don't think we have a cord, and that might be too loud. People listening to this in headphones, it might be plenty loud. Kind of surprised I haven't heard from the person who was supposed to stop by that they were going to be on their way. Let me just see what they sent me again quickly. There's nobody here. Yeah, people afterwards. They can skip ahead, though. They can skip it. Well, I'm going to get right to it anyway, but I thought I sent that last night. I know what she's going to say about it, though. So, what I need to do is decide at what point do I want to add the fuller accompaniment. So E, C, G, D. No, wait a minute. That's weird. That's the chorus. E C G D B D E F. That's going to be hard to remember. I wish people wouldn't be so lazy. I think there was only 2 versions, and one of them may have been tab or ukulele. Where they chord it, but then they get lazy for a bit and don't chord it, and then they start chording it again. I guess because it was a chord change. That makes it a bit hard to follow. So this might not even be as great as I think it's going to be, but hopefully it will be. So I'll do it now because some people may not have stayed this long and aren't here now. So we'll go from there. Where's that bounce sound? Wasn't there this time. Okay. It also is missing the first word. You always be a part of me. Never ever feel your strength when I need it most. That might actually be a good spot to bring in the other bit. My legs are just a bit cold, so I'm just going to put this on them. Hopefully it'll help a little bit. All right. Okay, so now that I figured out that part, and then you never really left. I feel you walk beside me, and I know I'll see you again. And yeah, he's gonna be rolling until 3:30. I'm not. We tried. I tried. Both, if they come in, they come in. If they're too enthralled and want to just be very, very routine and samey every day, that's up to them. You know, I'm not saying it's bad, but She sent that 2 minutes ago. I think it just became 1:52. 1 minute later, she's already on to other things. I would have had time to get all 3 songs in, but my focus is a little shot. Yeah, that's what I can see. Thing is it does drop fast, but probably not going to be rolling super much longer anyway, so it doesn't really matter. That's not the synth. And that's also still not accurate, but yeah. Okay, I have to run upstairs very briefly, and I wish I didn't, but I do. Nobody's here right now anyway. He's doing good, thankfully. Oh, but of course, it's up when I do. It does seem like that. And I know. Now some people know. I may say title it as party, but it's really not necessarily always going to seem like one. But every party has its moments where people are just kind of maybe having quieter conversations, a bunch of quiet conversations, or just maybe there's a bit of a meditation element, or who knows, right? But yeah, it seems like some people might be a little bit, but if the moving still, if the still moves, and they see that, great. I'm hoping they're not seeing that error on that screen, because but yeah, maybe some of these count. Oh no, the first one had. I can barely even count the one, but it was nice they said hi. I think that was before Maxie's. Definitely. But the other one helped make it worth it. The other two. Some people may specifically. I feel like it's almost the same title, but not quite each one. But might specifically. I maybe say, okay, now for the real party. Now for the full-on party. But again, we can only bring as much of that as we can. When G's here, it's maybe a bit more amusing because we kind of play off each other a little bit and joke and sing and whatever else. Pretty much those things. But otherwise, there's only so much I can do, and then it's what do the others what would make it a good time for you. And again, I know that this isn't the most party song, and even well, okay. Anyway. And she was showing us online just before I sent her, and yeah, she's ran off. She just wants, oh, it's 420. What? And actually, that's the thing. And again, no filter and educational moments, and don't like it, just don't watch it. It's not almost April 20th. Oh, I see. But enough of those shenanigans. Light up if you really want to, but light up, rise up, if you have it just. Even if you cannot hear my voice, with I know you can, and I'm beside you, dear. Rise up, rise up, cannot hear my voice. I'm inside you. Big about um, what is that song? I think I know who it's by, and there's a couple of songs that I know of theirs, and that's one of them. Yep. It might actually be. I thought it was Rise, even if I was singing like. Do I want to do that one? I don't know. The two versions are not chorded versions. So I can just play with these keys until I do the other one. Fire. What kind of title is that? Oh dear, I'm gonna have to put this in very, very soon. Unfortunately. 31%, 52 minutes. I'll have to watch that. I'll have to watch that. I don't know about that. I do know about this, and I know that as one gets older, they can totally relate to this, even if I have mixed feelings. Hi, Mark, Marie, Holly, Dad. Down and tired, living life on a merry-go-round. I thought that was him howling, and I did earlier too. He is making noise, but that kind of sounds like a howl. Oh, oh. Hush up, please. Thank you, Sonny. Hey, enough of that goofiness. I'm just going to charge us for a few minutes over here. Okay, he didn't get up, but he's barking. Yeah, see, it's giving me this error. And I know you're being good while I podulate, and I appreciate it, Sonny. Unfortunately, the device is not getting a very full charge, and it's being a little bit annoying. Oh, that's the other thing I should do. Oh yeah, but wouldn't she? Even if I have something else open, yes, she would. Where is the phone? I'm not seeing the phone right now. The heck? However, I did get that very random. I did get that little message, and I could do it that way. In fact, let's let you say hi to G. Let's really make this a party. I will hope that nothing happens to him. He's online right now, too. I will hope that nothing happens to him anytime soon. Update your app to keep calling. Update your app to make calling. Yeah, but I'm worried about what else that might do. If it might, like, erase chats or something. It looks like this is going to work. Maybe they think it's urgent right now, but hopefully they do it later. Or we won't let them call again. Oh. Right. It will also ring his. Oh, hey. How's it going? Oh, you're not? Oh, okay. I thought I was calling a little bit late, but you should be heading to it very soon, no? Okay. Well, I just wanted to call and say hi. I did a podcast earlier. It went decent. Maybe not quite as good as yesterday's, I guess. And this one's going slow. But I know you got your ear to the thing. But I was going to maybe have you say a quick hello. But at the same time, if you're not on your lunch yet and nobody's watching at the moment, maybe it'd be a little pointless. Everyone, future, past, and present. Yeah, yeah. And has it been busy there today? Okay, there's somebody there now. So if you can just kind of do what you just did again. This is G.
Hello, how are you?
He's at work, so I can't keep him long. He's not on his lunch break right now, but we can get back to the swing of things, and I'll talk to you later. Take care. Okay, he looked like he was. Oh, okay. He looked like he was actually kind of available, but it would have been a little bit awkward. He's walking around at work in a video call, not on break. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You mean right now? What was it? This is still charging. What's it at? $32. Not very high. Well, she doesn't really like that you jump, and she thinks it's rude instead of cute and funny. And maybe it is a little bit much, and she's not super steady, but we don't think it's much of it, and most people don't mind. They just know that he's a little excitable. It's how he kind of gets a little taller, especially if the person isn't quick to bend down to him. I'll put this here, I think. So I don't trip on them, and so they're not in the background distracting. I wish that call had been a bit longer. If he's going to be on his lunch shortly, I could try him again, actually. In a few minutes. But he's going to want to be eating, and I don't know if he really has anything else to say, and I don't. But I do have some music I want to do now. I'm going to still do the three songs that I mentioned. I've done a little bit with them, but I have it set on the keyboard on certain settings on the piano keyboard for a certain song. My laptop I'm recording on is charging. And then I want to do them on other styles, although I did do an interesting version of Proud Mary with the Italian Waltz, in other styles on the after I do that one. Once, then I can change the settings more happily. So I'm really glad to have you here. It's been a bit slow for a little while. I also did do a 4-hour one, not much before this one, but I decided I wanted to try and make it a bit more concise. And I knew that depending on the chat and how long it took for things to kind of, the algorithms or the subscribers to come in or whatever. And yes, you may be seeing an error in the chat screen. I'm not sure, but I also have it open on here. So if you put something, I'll see it, and I would love to see that you did. I mean, I can see what I put there, but I won't know if it's otherwise working for sure until you put something. Again, really glad to have you here. I have a bit of a spiel, but sometimes it seems like people don't want to be asked questions. They just want to be entertained or whatever. But I will appreciate if you like, subscribe if you don't already, hit the notification bell. And you're welcome to ask me anything you'd like, including any song requests that you have. Like I say, I have 3 ideas, but I'd really like my laptop to get to at least 50% before I go bring it over there, because there's not an outlet very close to where I am at. And I just don't want the thing to die on me while I'm doing the songs. So do you have a song request I can maybe sing a cappella or maybe on the guitar? And if it's Knight that's watching, who was here earlier, I guess I'll say that. I could do your request, and I could do it much quicker. In fact, maybe I'll do that just to kind of bring the music into this while you may be thinking. Honestly, I think it's John Denver maybe that does this originally. So I do know some of his other songs. That is true. Almost forgot this out of the fridge. Okay, so I'll do the one that comes to mind, and then we'll do a different version of it there. Because if he does see this, or if he is watching rather, then like you didn't do it then, I'm coming back. I'm not going to say anything to distract you this time. And you better do it now or unsubscribe. That would be unfortunate. He'd miss out on a lot of goodness on this channel, but he might be feeling that. So, and he may have left. Although I still see, like I have a few messages here, and it's all messages, I guess, from one person. That's what it means. But so it's indicating that I'm watching my own video. Well, I am to watch the chat. Anyway. You know what? And if she emails me saying she's on her way when she gets here, well, let her in. I might be able to take an image, and send her that as an attachment. I might. I don't know if she think it applies to me, but it's not really up to her whether it applies. She thinks it does. If I think it would be interesting and it's something to go out and do and enjoy, especially on a particular day, then I'll do it. Where's the tablet? I put it back over here. I'd like to have it here to see if I get any messages. Yeah, I've been leaving that, but it's not battery operated, like I say, it's plugged in. I've been keeping it plugged in and on and somewhat getting distracted for a while now. Almost 2 or 3 hours. I've done a little bit on it. I've been kind of back and forth on it, but because it's not battery powered, I think it should be all right. Now, one thing to know about me, and if you don't accept this or don't understand it, I hope you still accept me. And if you've never had an NDE or this kind of communication, or known someone or been around or had a positive experience with somebody or watched, things that have changed your mind on it. Maybe this will be that. I do feel, especially when the quieter moments that have been within this, I do feel that. Sorry, I just need to grab something for a moment. Very interesting. And it could have been anything. They could have followed me into that room. But I do feel that with my telepathic abilities, it's very ironic that my brother was in a band in Australia not long after my dad passed away. He moved not long before my dad passed away, not knowing that my dad was going to pass away, not necessarily health related. One of their first albums mentioned telepathy, and it must have been one of the other members because he's never stated, especially the little bit that I've shared with him, that he has these experiences. It mentioned telepathic in the album title, which was really kind of ironic. I don't remember if it was before or after Dad passed, but I've been doing that for about since the age of 25. I'm just about 40. And so this is maybe a very interesting moment for you to walk into. I just did a little bit of a intro about it, so I don't really want to do it again, but you can watch from the 55-minute mark back later. I could wait. No, you left. Okay, fine. Or at least it looks like you have. But that's fine. That's fine. I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and I'm going to say it. It seems to be happening a lot when I'm standing over here today. But so I'm going to get to the songs. One thing I'm doing, and if you have any song requests, I'm following the comments on the cell phone. If you have any song requests, feel free to put them. I'm going to keep noodling through different ways of doing the three that I mentioned. Okay, but it looks like you left. So, anywho, so part of the matter is that I have so many loved ones in heaven. So usually I can, but sometimes I struggle to sense who is it that I'm picking up on. As far as that was it, not so stuff. But I did sense when I was standing here facing this way. I think I had the guitar in my hand or whatever, but I heard heels. Now, I don't know if Ray wore heels very often. She's not the only woman that I know that passed away, and it was I. Party! Woo! It was JP. Of course it was. Hey, how's it going? And we've got, as much as I've got this, it's so nice to have, that'll catch up. Oh, Tina came back. I forgot most of my childhood, but I want to try and reflect on the past a bit when I'm ready and write it down, so maybe I find out why I'm feeling sometimes weird as fuck. Okay. Okay, I just have to click down. No, for some reason I'm just not seeing them all. It kind of caught up because I've been away from the tab, and it caught up. As if Maxie needs it, I hate to say that, but Sarah Ames technique. Sarah M's. Okay, and that's all I'm going to try for. I think. Oh, I just want to say one other thing. Kind of want to be following this, but they know where to look. They know where to look. That's actually kind of weird. My friend ANVB in that chat can only see me. Oh, that's not very comforting to think. Can only see me with that one, but in but can see my videos. It seems to be the same case with Tina, actually. Because I just feel like Brittany's going to ignore it. So I'm being a bit. What you guys thought is it's a nutritious, Nicola? No, it's a nutritious one. So I'm being distracted, but he's doing his long podcast too, and I am familiar with some of the people there, and I want to just talk with them for a few moments. And when I started, it's a lovely community. When I did so, nobody else was watching this anyway. Anyway, back to this, because there might be people here and I need to pay attention. No, there isn't. Actually, I can do this. I can multitask here. Okay, good enough. That didn't seal the deal. Nothing well. So, I hope you guys don't feel bad that I was looking for something a bit more. Oh, okay. So, I do take song requests. I appreciate likes, comments, subscriptions, and if you're seeing an error in the comment section, I'm following it on the cell phone as well. And hopefully, if you put something in the chat, it'll show up. Either way, the like should. But yeah, I was kind of talking about a little something. I kind of want to finish doing that, and then I'll do the music, and this will be hopefully at least 50%, which will hopefully be enough for the 3 songs that I'm still kind of thinking of. And if I need to do, and if I decide I want to do more, I'll come back and plug this in and sing it a cappella. My body is just saying, really feeling my age today. I mean, I don't want to be ageist or whatever. And they're like, I didn't come in here, my body. Whoever was there, are you still there? I'm just saying, it's hard to ignore it because I'm physically feeling it. Everybody's so different. So I've never really been a YouTube person. We do have 2 people. And we got a like. Okay, so things are starting to pick back up here. I'll come here in a couple hours after school. I'm a bit working at the moment. Busy working, I think. I'm out on workman's comp. Oh, not working with a shoulder injury. So when Gina sees this, okay, I'm just not sure. Like, I see my comments there, but I'm just not sure if, okay, I'm just going to see if I can figure out, okay. I'm just going to, I don't know if she's here or not, but there'll be a lot less for her to, oops. Sorry for being slow. I do have somebody that I know that's trying to find this, and she's not real great with YouTube. And I wasn't going to send her the link. I wanted her to just learn and eventually get it as far as finding it. But okay. But we have 2 people here, and I'm sorry if you're commenting. I'm not seeing it. Let me check here again. Oh, Emily, hello, America, right before your eyes. What? Is that a song? Okay, so I'm seeing the comments here. Unfortunately, this is at 43% and drops fast. I might actually get the charger for this too and double charge these. That way they'll both be ready when we go over there to do the music. I'll be right back in less than 5 minutes. I promise. I'm really glad to have you both here. I know for sure Emily's here. I'm not sure who else. And I also know for sure there's some other special beings here. And I'm sure that will hopefully pique your curiosity, and I'll say more about it when I get back. After these messages, I'll be right back. Yes. But yeah, her son could show her in a couple hours. But if she's home right now, waiting for him to show up before things may get distracting, then it'd be better. And that just came in, I think, within the past half hour. I don't know, a couple hours. Yes, most is. Appreciate your patience, y'all. might get to meet my mom. And I have bought yesterday, especially the one to show, and then 2 today, and then the other stuff we're watching. Okay, I'm back. Oh, we got 3 of you here. The third, I thought it went down to 1, and then it said back to, or then it said 3 just as I got back. Now, the laptop has not been getting much charge, and it's not super old, but it drops fast because I've had it over at the computer, at the keyboard, piano keyboard, not near an available outlet. And the little bit of charging I'm getting, then I bring it back over there, and it's just, but it's, we're almost at 50%. And then this, I just wasn't paying attention and had it laying on the counter. Okay, so I'm sure that you're very curious about this Italian Waltz thing. So I'll mention that in a moment. I am also open to taking song requests. This is just like I say, party part 2. It's going to get even more so when G's available in an evening, or well, probably in an evening this week, because the weekend would make sense and it's supposed to be icky weather, but we're celebrating a little something that is best before the weekend, and then to continue. Nice you have a keyboard. Yeah, you heard me playing it the other day, by the way. I'm tempted to sing a Billie Eilish song, one of her top most famous ones, if you're curious about that. Also, I do appreciate the likes, comments, and subscribing, hitting the notification bell. I will do that Italian Waltz thing once it gets to about 50%. I'm just a little chilly, but don't have a sweater. Don't really want to put a full one on. I want to put a half one on. That's kind of what this is. But I also was curious people's thoughts on the afterlife. Emily, I kind of remember last time we talked that it sounded like you are somewhat religious, but you seem also to be quite free-spirited. Ironic word choice, I know. And I don't have a filter. So, it's educational moments. Most recently about a bugle, if you can imagine. Educational moments if your kids are around and hear something and wonder. Otherwise, it's headphones in, or you don't have kids, you don't have headphones, and you can just either enjoy it or let it brush it off. Anything that you maybe feel iffy about. But hopefully most of it you'll enjoy. And it seems like we've got some people here enjoying it, so I'm happy about that. But before you tuned in, there was a little kind of interesting something that happened, and I kind of want to speak about it. Have any of you ever felt the souls of loved ones that have passed away around you, out of curiosity? Because I just did a little bit before you got here. And now that you're here, I mean, part of me wants to just focus on that. But if you're not going to make a song request that I know, then part of me thinks until this is at 50-ish% in about maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15, I could tell the story. But I want to know. I mean, none of you have left saying, no, that's a little weird. And I hope that if you haven't had experiences as special as ones I've had, that you might someday. This is, if you're religious, you could say a way of God showing his love, showing that he cares, showing that your loved ones are still with you, do still love you, and are still a part of your life in some way. That's a beautiful thing from God, if you wish to put it that way, or a beautiful thing in general. And I've never really worded it quite like that, I don't think. But so I was standing here, and nobody was here at the time. And again, I still very much value y'all, and online, the emails, and in day-to-day life. But I was standing here, and I was really ready to play a song, but nobody was watching at the time. And again, this is cool, this is special, but it's not the same as having people here and having people watch and comment and like and all that. Anyway, but my loved ones, and there's many of them that I have in heaven, I believe sensed that I was feeling isolated and unnoticed at the time. And I specifically heard heels in my head. I heard somebody walking in heels, and turned out it was three of my loved ones. I'd like to introduce you to JP, the Queen of Queens. Just kidding. I'd like to introduce you to Ray, a beautiful, kind soul that I've mentioned in my podcast before occasionally. Great singer, former karaoke host, passed way too young. And you might get people going by, and the teenagers, they can be loud sometimes. And you may even be one. You might be like, yeah, I know, I am one. Or maybe you're a quiet one. Who knows? It seems like it. The only one who's kind of saying things at the moment is Emily. I guess you're just listening at the moment. I don't think I have to click anything, but I am glad, like I say, to have you all here. Oh, I have it on top messages. I want it on all messages. Nope, haven't missed anything. Okay, so anywho, and Holly, my cousin, and she was a bit clumsy and a bit la-ti-da, but nice person, had some struggles in life, addictions, holding a job, at times being a mother. But I know that she did her best, and that they're all, doing better on the other side. To the people watching, it's not your time to be there. And if you feel at all that it is, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it and see if we can change your mind on that. And I'm curious about what you're thinking about what I'm sharing as well. Anywho, so I feel like, and again, what makes it hard sometimes is when they're all here, and sometimes it's when it's a party mode. So, I mean, sometimes that's when it kind of happens. Okay, we went down to 1 out of 3. I'm thinking it might be Emily, since we're a bit familiar with each other. Either way. And like, and I'm curious to hear from all of them. I did have a really lovely moment with my dad's soul in the previous video. Closer to the end, if you find the part where I was emptying the dishwasher, that's where it was. I right now I feel like at the party, aside from you, and this is just, it's a spiritual healing element of the party, I guess. I did put a comment near the top of mine about the one song I want to do, and it's kind of a similar vibe to that, if that makes sense. And if you see the comment, maybe it will. But anyway, it is the second one from the top. Anyway, I've got JP, I've got Holly, and I've got Ray. She's like, you almost forgot that. You almost forgot. It's okay. You can still call me buddy, she says, and let's feel the feels together. So she says, well, you do have one person still here aside from us. So why don't you show them what you're made of? Thank you for the compliments that I'm a great singer, but so are you, bud. Like, pick up that guitar and do this thing. So, where's my bread clip pick? Since I don't know where my other pick is. Luckily, I have a lot of bread clips here. So, with the encouragement of them and the person viewing at the top, at least being here viewing, I'm going to take a request that I got earlier today. The person, I don't think, heard me do it. It seemed like they may have been going through some sort of relationship difficulties or whatever, where one was kind of teasing about things that one shouldn't tease about, because I feel like it would be jinxing it. It could have been real. I think he panicked at first, and he was going through some stuff, and I think I gave him some things to think about. And I don't know. Maybe his phone died. Who knows? Anyway, whether he's the second person that just came or not, we've got you two here. We've got, oh, hello. It won't let me send. Okay, well, I'll tell you, Mama Gina, now it's working. Okay. I was just going to say that that might just be a computer version, because it's not showing me them on the computer with this one, but it did the one I was doing just a little bit before then. But on the cell phone, it's working. So since I've got you both here, to be quite honest, I'm kind of feeling more the Italian Waltz one, which I know that you guys would be curious about. And then I can do different. What's this at? 45? That's the thing. It's at 45, so I should keep it plugged in, like I say, to at least 50, 55. I know I said 50 before. Don't forget to like. I appreciate it. It makes the video look good, especially when live chat doesn't show afterwards. But yeah, so I'm going to do this song on the guitar. Then I'm going, and I'll wait to see if you get into it. I'm kind of surprised I haven't yet. I'm going to do this song on guitar. Then I'm going to go over and do a couple things on the piano. And not OCD about the fact that the digital screen has been on for quite a while, and I haven't been at it, a lot of that time, but it's plugged in. So I'd love to hear the Billie Eilish song. She's my daughter's favorite. Are your kids around you right now? Where's my tablet? It's a little bit. There's regular kitchen clutter. Hopefully you make it to the party in a couple of days, but there were reasons which I mentioned more so in the first video I did today, near the beginning too, where I said, why I'm doing this. I don't know what I prefer. I don't have a strap on this guitar, and I don't know where one might be. Part of me prefers playing there, but I honestly think it's better for my body if I'm moving around a little bit, and not sitting on that couch that I'm, spend a lot of time at. Well, maybe I should wait and see if I'm still rolling in about an hour. I might be. It's a very podcast today, and it's not bad outside. I think it's pretty windy, but it's sunny out. But I'm waiting for someone to drop something off, pick something up. I don't have much plans. I went out yesterday, so why don't we save that for in an hour? I think you missed a little bit of story, a true story, but story time nonetheless. So I think I am going to do this one song, and then it's amazing that I'm not going to just do this for feeling more parched than I am. I hope I'll be able to nap later, but I do this for you all. Everything I do, no. I do this for the fans. So we'll do a little bit of Country Roads. Then we're going to do See You Again, Italian Waltz style. And then I did actually use that style, and it was the first thing I tried because I wanted to save it until there was someone there, and there wasn't. So I thought, okay, let's try Proud Mary with it. And that was kind of interesting. But I'll try it in a different style too, and any other song requests. And then if your daughter shows up, we'll do Billie Eilish song, which I feel is a very good song to ask or to think about. And it makes sense, with the birthday coming up and still trying to figure things out sometimes in life. But I appreciate both your patience. I think it's Emily and Mama Gina that we have here. Hope you don't mind me calling you that. Emily, if you're still here, let me know. Whoever it is, I know who one of you is, and I'm fairly familiar with you, and I appreciate being here. So here we go. I just need a bit of water first. That was the first song. What do you think? Here we go. By memory, I think I got this by memory, even though it's been a while. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the tree, younger than the mountain. Going like a breeze. Do you know $1 Million BNL just came to mind with this chord pattern, which is not uncommon. I'm going to start again. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is older than the trees, younger than the mountain, going like a breeze. Country road, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country road. I hear her in the morning hour and she calls me, radio. Driving down the road, I get the feeling I'm sure I've been there yesterday. Oh, country road, take me home to the place that I belong. song I think only has 2 verses, and maybe it does get better than that. But don't forget to like if you haven't yet, because people will look for numbers. I know that you're here enjoying it. That song I will always remember. I will always remember us this way, Arizona sun. You know that song by Lady Gaga, I believe. Anywho, when I was young, I went to a day camp, and they had like cabins there, and it was my first kind of away from the parents, although they were there, I think, the first day, just to kind of ease me into it, and they probably weren't the only ones, but that's a memory I have of my dad. And the harness tree climbing thing that we did, and I have that album, actually. It may seem weird how readily available I have this, and I don't think there's any great pictures of Dad in it, but this is a place called Camp Kirk in Ontario. Down to one. That's me in the orange shirt. I don't have a lot of printed photos, but this is one of those old family albums that's always been there and always been in our life. Yeah, I don't think that Dad's in this though. In a way, it would be a fun job. That might be him. Coming to my rescue, and I'm stuck in a tree. And I climbed a lot of trees on the property that I lived on before he passed away. He was very into horses. There's not that many in there. So yeah. I've always wondered if people think I look like my dad. Do I have a picture around so you can see this dad that I keep talking about? Might get to see my mother, but I don't look like my mother because my hair is not that gray yet, and I don't think I do anyway, really. I know that one of the viewers I can show you on the other site later. And yeah, technically you're the only one here right now, and this is an hour and a half in, so I won't worry about it for anybody else, and maybe they don't care that much anyway. So, but I forget. Oh yeah, we've talked about the afterlife thing before, and it's Mama Gina that's still here, correct? It's like, no, and I really want to see a picture of your dad. I'm not connected with you anywhere else, so go get it. It's like, I don't know where it is. Certainly not by the front door without it'll burn down. But I think we have very resistant. Mama Gina, are you there? I keep thinking of that song. Boom, boom, boom. Mama Gina. Dun, dun, dun. Boom, boom, boom. That's Funky G's. What song is that? Yepers, it's me. So sometimes I get the opportunity to do this, and it's always a very special thing. I just have to grab something. But I know that we've talked before. First of all, I just heard your sister. It was your sister that passed away. And I know you aren't asking, but whatever. I just heard your sister say that she's praying for you. Take that in a religious sense or not. She just wants you to know that, you're always in her thoughts, but that, with your injury and other things you probably have going on in your life, she hasn't. Actually, I was going to bring my dad first to say, and we got a second person here. If you don't believe in this, maybe, know that does something for us. Watch enough of it, have an experience yourself, you can't not believe. Anyway, I'm not telling you can't not believe in something, but that would be how it would work. And then I'll do some more music. But anyway, so sister also said, actually, at first I thought she was thanking you for being my friend. But in fact, she's like, hey, that's cool too. But no, she's thanking me for being your friend. And she's also saying that it's really great where we're forming our connections and that you're getting to see me here. And she says she's been watching me. She actually just told me that unbeknownst to me, and not like as a viewer along the top, one of those silent ones. Maybe they may be though, and they just can't type because they're a little too far from the keyboard. But she's been watching me and saying, wow, he is trying to put so much good out there in the world. Sometimes he succeeds. A lot of the time, it just isn't reaching the people that need it most. So they kind of shrug it off and say, oh, that's not, I don't resonate or whatever. But she says, right on, dude. She says, you keep doing it, and you've got a lot of value and worth, and I'm happy that you're my sister's friend. But my dad has done this before and wanted to say to you, thanks for being mine. Sure. But yeah, my dad just says, that at times things haven't been easy for me, and I've been going through a hard patch where I really needed to have some connections. And he's thankful that we have a good one. I know the other day it was a bit confusing when I just weren't showing you didn't know what I was talking about by mentioning that, but this you don't know, or maybe don't realize how much it matters to me, and that he can see that I've got a nice connection, and that it makes me happy, and that you're keeping me company on here sometimes when nobody else is. He says I'm very happy for that. Thank you, Mama Gina. Says you've got a good friend here. You've got a good friend here in my call. I know that may seem like I'm boasting, but I didn't say it. But I don't disagree. What's your question? I'll try my best. Keep in mind, I did a 4-hour podcast. I think I don't even know if I took a half-hour break. I've been on the phone. I've been doing this one. And I try and keep the momentum going, even when there's people not here. And sometimes it's, I'm trying to keep myself motivated. I'm just speaking out my thoughts or whatever. But that's what never solved, and she was found in. Okay, well, got to realize I'm also working with my own brain here as well as, them. So when I heard from her, I thought that I was hearing the one that had died in an auto accident in high school or something. That's what I thought, and that's the one I know about. Her death was unsolved, and she was found in her bed, and she had never gotten up in the morning, and we don't know why. I'm trying to filter out my own thoughts, and I can tell the difference usually. That's very sweet. I hope he knows I appreciate you. Yeah, and I know it too, and I appreciate him thinking of me. I'm a little bit confused. Have you lost 2 sisters, though? Anyway, one of them, for some reason I'm seeing blonde-ish hair, maybe not fully blonde, but blonde-ish hair, is saying that, and this is the healing party, that, what I think what's happening right now is I'm trying to filter out my own thinking, but it's just really mirroring what she's wanting to express. I'm also a little bit rusty. Any Rebo don't again, but you go to work, so it's okay. What she's stating is that, okay, why does every device need to be charged? This is at 40% and holds the charge pretty well. And I took the charger out. Good thing there's a lot of outlets over here. Getting tangled. So we're just taking a bit of a brief break from the music while my device charges, and apparently they all needed it. If something resonates with you, or you are curious at least about this other thing, you're welcome to comment. I can see them on one of my devices. Basically, and I don't want to repeat myself, the things I've said before. If you're unsure or you don't believe in it, I say go back about 15 minutes in this. Either you can while it's live, I'm not sure, afterwards. See if you still feel the same thing. I mean, you may feel fairly strongly in your feelings, but see if you do. All I can know is that somebody here is appreciating what I'm doing, and I'm appreciating it as well. And this is a deep topic that has just came up in the conversation, so I welcome you to feel the feels, okay? And allow for healing if you need it relating to this. Otherwise, ignore it. Be thankful you don't have to deal with that, and stay for the music, and I really appreciate it. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification button. But I do sense that she's saying, it's so hard to have to go through something like that, to have those unanswered questions when it feels so unfair. She says, that there was no reason. It's one of my worst fears about, G and some other people, perhaps, because I know that it can happen, and it's very unsettling. But she's saying that the body does things sometimes, and sometimes it can really surprise us, the things it does. And she says, I'm really proud and thankful that your friend here is doing this podcast, because as he said in, I think, the previous one, I was there a little bit, she says, I don't suspect anything to happen to me that takes me, fully to the beyond, but none of us really knows. None of us really knows, and we just gotta have the most fun and make the most of our life and days that we do have, and try and find the good. And it's not always easy, and I understand that, but try and find the good in life, because it's there. It's there. I don't want anybody to look at me and say, okay, you have all the answers. You have everything that can make you healed and bring you healing, and great for you. I don't have that. It's not always great for me. Okay? So I'm being vulnerable and letting you know that. But I wish the best for you all. Funny, because I had always thought she would pass in an auto accident because she was a horrible driver. I only had one sister, aside from the twin that passed before we were born. That's weird, because, I remember you mentioning that in a past conversation, and I thought you'd said that she was in a bad accident as a freshman, or did you say that she almost died? I know a twin. I have a cousin that was a twin that actually passed in an auto accident on the 401. And my dad had a sister who passed away as an infant. So kind of similar there, too. Her name was Isabel. And his parents passed young, and it was his worst fear, and then it happened. He passed away at 49. I very much believe in the afterlife, because if we didn't, I wouldn't want to be here. And it's one of those things, right? If you didn't believe in the afterlife and know that that's something after this life for you, it makes sense. It makes sense. And I talked about this, I think, earlier in my video. Like, if you need support, reach out. Reach out to me. I have the time, and I'm happy to try and help. But that's the thing, is that I guess some people, when they're going through enough struggles, since I'm not playing music, I'm just going to go to the couch because I'm feeling a little bit sore. And then I'll get back to the music. I guess I do need this with me, though. This is at 74%. It drops back. My sister was only 19. Yeah, so she was a teenager then. That's very young. It's younger than the 32 with Ray there. But it's not an age contest, of course, right? That's right. I put all this stuff here so the dog would not drop his ball under the couch. But what was I saying? Yeah, so we maybe want to just, if we, sometimes life can be so lovely but also challenging and stressful and such, where it can be tempting to at least have the ideation. And again, we feel the feels, we heal together. I know it's a deep topic, but to feel the ideation, and I think this would probably be helpful to a lot of people in the group. Me and Gina know about. I don't know if you might want to plug it here. I think you can post a link. Still, there's lots of people with the initial C, so but basically, and I'm not marked at a certain time, but basically, it's a really great group. I haven't looked at it in a few days, but we can all just think, okay, well then I'd like to go to the nothingness because I can't. But I think what you're saying is, even though we miss our loved ones there, my socks must be by the piano. Anyway, I have a little bit slightly cold feet. But even though we miss our loved ones there, we know we'd be leaving things behind in this life. Things, people, beauty. And although we can experience it from the next life, we hope, and I think it's likely with the experiences I've had, it's different. It's different. And even though we only have an online connection, that's why I appreciate it, because it's different as much as I appreciate those connections too, right? And so I don't know if I'm articulating this very well. It seems like both of you are getting what I'm saying, but the other side of the coin is knowing that it exists, knowing that it's a place of complete feeling, being healed, and being more subdued, and being with our loved ones, and that can make a lot of people tempted to get themselves there. And I will always say that is hard to accept, and I think that people should try and keep trying to not get to that point, because good things will come again, and because you would be leaving at least some behind, whether it's just online friends, whether it's a pet, whether it's, I'm thinking of one of the saddest music videos I ever saw at this moment. But anyway, and people, one person that may have left, I'm not sure. And if it's the other person that left, although you seem to be sticking around, okay, you might be thinking, what kind of party is this? You sound like you're talking about more morbid mortality stuff. And you'd be correct, I am. But I am going to do the music in a moment. I'm just charging my device for a bit and responding to a comment, because those are valuable to me. And it's an important conversation to have, I feel like, too. So, I'm here for you. I hope that, you're getting the help that you would need if you feel you need it. But it is a journey that I think also needs to be respected. And appreciate 3:00. I still have an hour and a half. That's what some people's journey holds, and that's how they find their healing. But some of us will keep living and find it in the living. As I mentioned I think it was my previous video, though, it's hard when you're struggling to find that, but you couldn't do anything. Just the thought of, for all the various reasons, including actually physically hurting yourself, is just, it's I don't know how to explain it, but it just is something that some of us are just not comfortable even thinking about. We can get really depressed. We can get really frustrated. We can this, we can that. But that is something we would never do. And that came up in about the 3.5 hour mark of the previous video, actually, in a way that may resonate more than, or put it into more fuller perspective. So I welcome you to check that out. 3.5 hour-ish mark, 3 hour mark. There's other worthwhile stuff in it too. It's not all deep stuff. So that's some of my thoughts on that. I would love for the other person to give a like to this. I only see the one, so I know you haven't. But at the same time, you're like, I understand too if you're like, no, it makes sense. I appreciate what you're saying, but I have a real hard time giving this kind of thing topic a like. It's just I don't like it. I don't want to be thinking of it. So I will transition into the music now if that's the case, and I understand. I just need to take a breather for a moment. What are we at with this? 57%? That other one would be good enough. Deep breathing can be helpful. I need to take that advice more often. It really is replenishes the soul. It's grounding almost. You can feel the healing as you do it. It's like, yes, I've got breath. I can almost breathe in the tension, the stress, and breathe it out like a dragon. Right? So, 57%, I'm confident enough with that. I'm going to take this over to the keyboard. Got the second like, perhaps from the person that's been here for quite a while, or maybe it was somebody else that came in and that person left and you gave the like. I appreciate it. And don't be shy in the comments if you like. I don't bite usually, I just blow fire. And then the other interesting thing that I just did there, it's like, or you could like kind of pull it out. Anyway. The other person left. Mama Gina, is it still you here, or is it the other person who's not identifying themselves? I hope I didn't lose Emily though. She's been talking in the post section of our channel, like the written post section, but she has not. Just the other day was the first time I'd ever seen her in one of her videos. She did comment on one that wasn't live, that was from a while ago. Still trying to figure this out. I keep getting pop-ups and losing the chat feed, and your video keeps glitching in his mouth. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I have it set to low advertising, and as far as I'm concerned, if people are able to and want to donate, it doesn't really have to rely on the advertisement. They can still do that, but they don't have to. I'm not really sure what else exactly it is that, but I'm glad that you're putting up with it and you're tolerating it. And let's bounce to some music now, right? Now, the first song I want to do, and if anybody, I only have one moderator on this channel so far. I don't even know how long moderation has been a thing, as far as like aside from the person who's posting the videos. And that person, I don't imagine Maxie's still rolling, but let me just check. I hate to toggle, but okay. It's trying to catch up with itself, and there's so many comments just like fluttering and flashing. I can tell that we might have a couple other people tune in too. I can tell that, and actually, there's somebody else here now, that our friend Maxie in Germany is wrapping up his podcast soon because he has a song he does at the end of all of them where he kind of mentions the commenters, mostly mentions and says so and so, fa la 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 la, so and so. Now, I don't know where the phone is. I'm just going to quickly check something. I just need a breath of fresh air myself, and then we'll get right to the music, okay? But yeah, so then hopefully leave there and come here. One of them, it's late at night. He's probably not doing anything other than being in bed. And I don't know where Tina is from. Come along and sing a song, lullaby a Parkway. Here's Eddie on the sing. I don't know where the cordless is, so she might just show up. Got a bunch of TVs going past the house. There, male and female. Anywho, but I didn't. Oh, we have. Oh, wow! And then it just doubled. Oh, hi, ANVB. Speaking of such, speaking of what? Welcome. Glad to have you here. So, Anita pulling thread. So I think there was one, and then Mama, and then you. You're bad. What? You're good. What about you're good? Excuse that sign. I don't know. It just is a few squares of a certain color and some X's, and then the other ones rock on. What am I excusing? What are the boxes? Anyway, and maybe somebody else who was listening earlier came back and said, I can't today, but I'm going to give this a like because I appreciated it. And I appreciate that. Was there a sign that I missed? Signs everywhere, sign. Do this, don't do that. Can you read the sign? Who's ready for an Italian waltz? Like you've never been ready for an Italian waltz before. Are you ready? I don't want, okay. But I have been moving at a pretty fast pace, so I just want to. At least the first song I'm thinking of is kind of a slower song. It's the rock sign. I forgot you won't like it. I didn't say I ever hated rock. Rock rocks, man. Woohoo! I never said that. Metal, I'm not big about, and we don't have to go there. But rock is not metal, and if that's what you've been calling metal, then we might be more on the same page than we thought we were musically in that area. I almost am not surprised actually that you may have been thinking that. Metal is like I could sing it. I just don't appreciate it. I don't find it good for the throat, good for the body, but it's like what has come over me? The demons of metal. Sorry, don't mind me. But then there's okay, maybe there wasn't a whole lot of a difference with that example, but but not that. So I did Country Roads. I may not do it again. Rolling on the River, I will do. Let me know if you want it on the keyboard once you see what that seems like. I'm okay either way, the grand piano or the guitar. It's actually not from the throat. It's actually a bit from both, I would say. But that's interesting. Then there's throat singing. All singing is from the diaphragm, actually, and the throat. So you're wrong all around on that one. Sorry, but as far as I know, anyway. Anyway, we've got Mama G here, which I want you to know, never a problem with her. Hope there won't ever be. So whether you're helping admin, in fact, can I do that on this device? Because it really is handy to have more than one. And you're on here fairly often. You said you're kind of curious about it. Add as a moderator. Standards, good enough. You can put people on timeout. But Mama is not one you have to worry about. I'm familiar with her. Quite familiar. But yeah. Well, you got me there. And I got you here. And we got you everywhere. Anyway. Okay, so let's do this. Lead up to this song is Feel the Feels. Even if it's just for now. You know, while I'm doing music and I have to focus on that and try, you know. Feel the Feels. It's a bit of a deep song. Where'd y'all go? That must be inaccurate. I mean, either that or maybe Gina just briefly left instead of because she doesn't know how to pause because she's still learning. And maybe her son arrived or her daughter. She's like, come here. Hear Billie Eilish. Talk about your day later. But Mom, I want to tell you about stuff. Come here and hear Billie Eilish. Sit down, shut up. That's not Billie Eilish. Correct. Here, if nothing else, just shut up when the Italian Waltz starts, right? And that's not cussing. Shut up is not cussing. And I know one of you will agree with that and possibly, but are you even still here? Because on this device, it says there's nobody watching right now. And on this device, it seems to be just saying one. So I'm going to shut up and wait until, okay. I'm bad at responsibilities. Well, you do your best then. And that's obviously inaccurate on the laptop then because you're here. Mama Gina, are you here? You got the say the that's not the right word. You got the teeny boppers. I don't know why I call them that. There and at the maybe they can even come in on their own channel. Um, but just like I say, with who I know we got here, no worries. I don't know if her teams go by something else, but hopefully they're as cool as she is. What I would probably request, and I think I would still see a comment, and then I can address it later. I would say the main feature. Hopefully, you've got a notification or an email or something, or to let you know how to do this. Or all you have to do is press and hold on the name, the channel name of the person who's commented. So it better not be me. No, and you should see an option to put them in a timeout, and then I can deal with it later. I mean, thankfully, there's very rarely issues, and that there shouldn't be. So that's a good thing. And I do think that maybe our standards are a little bit different from each other. But you know what I'll tolerate, what I won't. You know the vibe we're going for here. So, anyway, got at least you here. I think we got Gina here. I'm not sure. And the past 2 days have been really successful videos. But you just saw what? You froze me on me? I froze on me too. I've got to pick up my girly. We'll be back. Okay, hopefully you don't have very far to go. Are you doing that on foot or driving out of curiosity? And it sounds good. I mean, you keep me playing in the background if you want. I don't know if you're only on Wi-Fi or what, and I don't want you to have to worry about data charges unless you want to worry about them, I suppose. But I'm glad that you'll be back. I don't know how much longer I'll be rolling. I mean, sometimes I go for 3 or 4 hours, but I did do a very long one earlier. But we'll see. I would hate for you to miss a song. So if you can keep it playing, that would be cool. I will talk like this because it's fun. There's a spot on the screen. I thought AMVB was up to something. Anywho, so I'm assuming you know the song Proud Mary. I do have one memory, aside from just generally singing at karaoke about it, that I kind of want to mention. And then I'll do that one. But I'm kind of more, and we know that I can be wild too. But and hopefully you'll be here like Thursday is my actual birthday. But yeah, this is my pre-birthday because you never know in life, and I might not wake up in my sleep. And if I don't, again, I mean, I'm sure I'll be fine. I mean, don't worry about me too much. But I really do appreciate you all. You really help make my podcast, even greater than I could ever imagine doing so. Even though I do put a lot into it, and I really do. I love y'all. You're like, okay, that was a bit sappy. Well, I thought you liked syrup on your pancakes. Anyway, I might not be here for long. It's 2:45 a.m. here. Okay, and it's a weekday. What do you have much going on tomorrow? Out of curiosity? Yeah, because that's when the true party is going to happen. Around this time, maybe a little earlier. I posted a post in the post section of the channel as well, like non-videos, and I think I sent you a message too. So, but anywho, now it says 1, but it must be 2 because there was already 1 here, even though the computer wasn't indicating that. So I don't know. I'm just going to do this. Like I say, it's a deep song. Feel the feels. Try and find some aspects of it that you maybe could agree with, even if it may not be, what you fully believe. Although I know at least one of you plus me do. And I'm going to be using some keyboard effects. I've noodled with this a little bit today. The only version I could find was a bit lazy and didn't chord the whole thing, just where the key change came in the first part, and then thought, okay, now the person knows the chords and they're going to be, maybe they didn't think that, maybe they thought, okay, they won't be posting it really whimsically, and they will do that and then print it out or write them in or just do it and practice it, before they perform it. But I can read music good enough. I have confidence enough in my abilities. It's just, I have to remember the chord pattern, and there's 2 different ones to remember, because, yeah, they didn't completely put them there. So over to the keyboard we go now. And I almost forgot the thing I'm going to follow the music on. I got the thing I'm recording on, the thing I'm following the comments on, because the thing I'm recording on is being wonky and showing Gerald the monkey. Did you see him in Maxie's today, by the way? And by that, I mean there's some sort of error saying can't display comments, essentially. And a monkey. And I'm going to put on a light in here, I think. And my socks are not out here. Where are my socks? Where are my socks? Damn it. Here they are. I almost want to put on the wig, but I'll save that for the true party. Or is it? Maybe it's what's actually under this hat. But I'd rather do that when G's around because, then they say, oh, they're just having fun. I mean, I'm having fun here, too. No, Gerald was not there. Hope he's okay. Hope he didn't go visit Jane. Maybe he's just hanging out with Tarzan. Sorry. Oh! You know of Tarzan? Where you're at? Oh, and that reminds me. Earlier today, I did a podcast, and I was talking about, how I want to be introducing you to more Christmas, or, people from your country or whatever that might not know a lot of Christmas songs, because there's a lot of nice ones. I think I did one or two, and I have that open here too. But again, let me just try this with the sound effect. Call up the holly, put up the tree before my spirit falls. Yeah. Fill up the stockings. I may be rushing things, but deck the halls. I read that as a different vowel. Again now, for we need a little. I'm not very familiar with that one, and I'm not doing it very well. Wonderful Christmas, I don't know. White Christmas? I mean, I always want to write Christmas, even if I don't want a lot of snow and I hate winter. So I'm going to do this one, actually, because I think this effect works for a lot of different songs. Whoops. And, yeah, some people may be a little bit like, oh, this page has an admin, and they get it, so if you see anybody, new tune in, say, hi, welcome all. We're not that strict and uptight here, even as the admin, but behave. Behave and be naughty at the same time. It's possible. Just a bit louder. It's a lot louder on that side of things. Maybe I'll move over here a little bit. Oh, right. I'm recording on this one and then following the comments and kind of seeing a preview of me on this one. And it's confusing me. Okay. But this is where it sounds better on the keys. So, okay, I'll give this a try. There's only 2 more songs in this book that I haven't looked at yet, and I haven't found other Christmas material yet. But what do you think of that sound effect? It works for the other idea I have. Do you like it, though, otherwise? I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know. Kind of a unique sound, eh? Where the treetops listen and children listen to hear. Good. Sleigh bells in the snow. And it's called Vox Humana for future reference. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas with every Christmas card I write. Still do that? May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. There's different versions of that, and I could look up different versions. I'm actually imagining, sorry, again, I'm going to put this here because then I'll remember to look at both from the same spot. I'm imagining that you may not have even ever seen snow before, ANVB. And what a sad existence that is. Just kidding. But hopefully I'll make it to where I live someday and near the end of winter before the summer festivals come with Maxie perhaps and some of the others. That would be fabulous, which is a good segue in a way. But segue to what? Segue to a sleigh. Okay, I'm going to do this song. Gina knows that it was near the latter part, or she might hear some of it. Okay, so I kind of did a bit of an intro speaking to this song, and then it didn't really fit with what I came over here and did. So I have 2 more songs lined up. Unless somebody says something. Unless somebody tells me to do third. Or something else wild. Because this is supposed to be a party after all, so there should be a few wild moments, right? In good ways. What kind of unique things do you like to have at a party? And are you sober tonight, AMVB? You seem to be, but I'm not sure. What kind of unique things do you like to have at a party? And what... I say unique because I don't know, I just don't want generic answers for the most part. Okay, so this... So again, this is kind of deep, but sometimes at a party, somebody may, I guess that's the other way to look at it, is sometimes at a party, somebody may experience a panic attack or something where they, or just have a OBE or a medical issue, and then you have to come down from it, you have to find healing. Or, maybe sometimes somebody is thinking of their angels in heaven and wants them to be a part of it, as well as the other greats. Oh, wow, cool. So that's kind of what the kind of stuff I'm thinking of. Aside from the, if you can see that far up, second comment that I put at the very beginning of all of this wildness. You can read that comment if you see it still, and then scroll back. And because I'm mostly replying to you out loud, either way, you'd have to scroll back, and that can also help set the vibe. Oh, I just had to rub some muscle rub on my wrist because suddenly it was a pain. And yeah, we had nothing in the mailbox. I'm slightly worried about my mother, but I can't. I have the other. Okay. Thank Lord when I just reload it, or thank the powers that be that when I reload it, it does continue. It does keep. It comes back just perfectly fine. So it should be okay now. Can you hear me now? Good. Yeah, that device is charged. This one can't place calls, even though it looks like a phone. Most people don't use them as phones anyway anymore. Yeah. Tomorrow during the day, actually, I'd forgotten when I messaged you, I might be going to something in the afternoon. And I don't want to tire myself out by doing a podcast in the morning and then going to that. So it might just be the evening thing when G's here anyway. I've done this one today. So evening here would be your morning there. Like it is, for your reference, it's 3:30 in the afternoon here right now. So I think you said it was 2:30-ish in the morning there. So if we're saying around probably 8 our time, would probably be about 11 or 12 your time if I'm doing that math right. Tomorrow, that's probably when we're really gonna really party it up. But even still, maybe a little bit of admin. I couldn't imagine. And I've not been a night owl for the longest time. He said, baby, it's 3 a.m. I guess you must have been lonely. So you came and you saw Maxie and Me, which is also the name of a movie for free on YouTube. You should check it out and let me know what you think. I'd really love to hear it. I've always been curious ever since seeing it. I'll stop being monotone. Can't help but be scared of it all sometime. Rain gonna wash away, I believe in. A little bit of Matchbox 20. But let's do these last two songs that I have planned, at least for this one. And then, so tomorrow I'm going to be going to something kind of cool. I might as well tell you what it is, I suppose. Why not, eh? It's going to be raining, but I might have a ride to it. And I know, although I've been trying to avoid, so far it's been going all right. And it's something, an event I really think I should go to. Whether it means that I'm going to get a lot of opportunities after that and whatever, it's something fun, kind of interesting, kind of a neat way to spend the special day aside from podcasting and whatever else. And then anything else I might do might be on the weekend. We'll see. But it is a... I hope toggling will be okay. It is freelance crew meet and greet with a couple of broadcasting things. Freelance technicians and crew working in the production industry are invited to meet with CBC and the film board seeking to connect with freelance talent for upcoming productions. I don't have a resume or it's anything current or whatever as far as this goes. So it's things like what would most interest me, and I wish that they had a schedule posted. I emailed them, I think, and I must look. And then I'm going to have a certain kind of call with a friend, and then I'm going to... composers, that one kind of interests me. Motion designers, although I'm not entirely... I kind of know what that might mean. Directors of photography. So some things that interest me, so we will see. But yeah, it would be really... Maybe I'll try... I'll look into that. It's actually the tab right after this. And I'll see if I can find a posted schedule, and then I'll have more of an idea. But I think that's how I'm seeing tomorrow. Okay. I have been promising you for quite a while an Italian waltz that I've not been delivering on. And you'll probably be like, if I don't hear this Italian waltz by the end of this podcast, and I'm mostly joking here, so hopefully you don't take it too seriously, I'm going to unsubscribe and tell all my friends that he promised me an Italian waltz and didn't give it to me. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you. No, just kidding. I'm going to give it to you. Don't mind me. No, you want the Italian waltz. Deep in your heart, I know. It's been a long-lasting craving that you've almost given up on, or at least I know that you want it ever since you heard that it's a thing. AU? What's that? Amy what? Winehouse? She tried to make me go to rehab. I don't mean to, that's a serious thing, but Amy what? I can think of like Polar. Talk about the parties. Open Polar. Woohoo! I'm not joking. He may have been. He may not have been. No, but seriously, Amy what? I'm curious. Or AU what? Sounds nice, but what do you mean by it? It's an expression kind of. Meaning, just curious, just seeing if I'm thinking of it the same way you are. In the meantime, Ray, all of them, you, maybe Gina, maybe... Oh, that's my mother. Okay, just a moment. This won't be long at all, so you can stay. Hi. I was going to call you, but I couldn't. Well, I just found the phone and was charging it, and I was going to say that I could. I'm just podcasting. I'll be right back. Thanks. We got this the other day. I didn't really care for it. You can have it. So the 4th, hopefully we can make it work, or things can be altered to make it work. I haven't done the other call, but I will soon. But if the weather's like, it's a bit windy, but if it's otherwise not bad, then get me close the gate. Then I can do that with myself. And as far as I was wondering, tomorrow at 1:30, Yes.
Can't have an appointment.
Oh, that's the day you have.
I have a massage
different one.
appointment tomorrow, then Brian has a chiropractor appointment tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
But on the December 4th, I have an eye doctor appointment.
That you might be okay.
I can't change it, I don't think. I've had it booked for 6
Well, I
months.
emailed you about that. You can get back to me about it later, I guess.
Okay, so what's the next thing? November 14th
I think so, yeah.
for
Yeah.
a hamper?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
On the time, you were gonna let me know the time.
Yeah, I'll find out about that soon. Okay, thanks.
Okay, you're welcome.
Bye. So that was my mother's voice you were hearing. But I knew that it was going to be brief, and it was. Okay, well, I wish I hadn't utilized the energy and got so excited about the fact that I was going to go to that thing tomorrow because it's going to be raining. Otherwise, it's not far, though, with the physical things lately. I could have possibly got myself to it. I'm not sure. Are you still there, AMV? Just checking. I don't think, yeah, now it says one again. I don't think I can get there tomorrow. And that's a little bit disappointing, but the whole not driving thing, and it's not likely to change. Okay, the whole not driving thing makes it so hard to get opportunities. I don't know where the dog went, but hopefully he's went back. I suppose he's seen. Yeah, I just want to make sure he's not in the living room. Yeah, hopefully he's not in those other rooms. It makes it so hard to get up. Did I not just take these off because I'm actually to get opportunities? Although the one area that I mentioned, I've recently made a connection with somebody that might be able to help me get some in that one way. And there have been some things in the area, it's just that I've not connected with the person I needed to connect with quickly enough before the project wrapped up, pretty much. And I've only known about this event for a couple of days. I guess we'll see. Maybe I'll feel all right and the weather would be better than expected. And actually, I think that on request, if I have enough coins, would go there because it used to with that other thing. And I could always bus back and just bus one way. It's a short bus ride. That could work. Okay. Now, even though you may have been a little ambivalent, hopefully this will work well. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. And your life will be forever changed in an Italian Waltz sort of way for the better. Man, I'm sure being poetic about this Italian Waltz, I bet it's good. Question is, will we ever hear it? Sometimes I have this phrase, don't mind me, mind my donuts, or something like that. Donuts. Anywho, okay. So as silly and stuff as we're being, and as the lead up to the secondary lead up to this song is, and hopefully, let's see. Yes, and I do have to place the call later, and then there's actually a second thing coming up that I might struggle to get to, but I guess she takes time off work. Not when there's still hope and there's still time. I think there's time for her to change her appointment, but she didn't sound like she was going to, so just don't mind me. Anyway, here we go. So, style there, everything set. Okay. Now, there is a sound. I'm going to start with the piano and then bring in the backing track, and hopefully I'm organized enough with it. Perfect. That was the song. Wasn't it exciting? Just kidding. So there is a sound. I can't figure it out because it's not for every chord. And even when I thought that and I don't know what all these are. I just noticed these along here. It's the notes, I guess, but it's about other stuff too. Anyway, there's a secondary sound. It sounds like a pulse or a bounce or something. I'm curious. And if you have headphones, maybe put them in. You might be more likely to hear it. But I'm not going to have the backing part first anyway, so you might be likely to hear it for that reason too. And this is at what charge? 44. Okay. So, but this is a kind of a deep song. I'd be curious your thoughts on it and feel the feels. I know A and V are still kind of young. I don't know how much you resonate with this, but maybe you will. Or maybe you do. And if you don't now, you probably will at some point. And it kind of fits with my belief. And I'm curious about you. What is that? Oh, is that because you read that comment at the top there, which said grab a cup of something? And you got your tea or your coffee, you're like, I'm not getting back to sleep at this point, so I might as well just have some coffee. Anyway, I imagine you, if you were here in person, what do I imagine? I imagine you leaning against this table. Can you see it there? That table there, or possibly, if you're really feeling cozy and can get into tight spaces, sitting somewhere against. I know you'd have to have a cushion though, or something, because that's kind of rough. You're like, I know what you're talking about. I'm doing that. I'm getting in the zone. Oh, good. I'm glad that I'm building it up nicely for you. Or maybe you'd sit there and use the back of those flutes. Or just move them and sit on the chair. Or maybe you just stand here with your hands in your pockets and a smile on your face and possibly feeling the feels, which may or may not also make your eyes a little wet, but that's okay. You're not less of a man for feeling it. And you're like, oh my goodness, this is starting to not sound fun after all. When you said you're going to make me cry, but you'll see what I mean when I start. So you got yourself all comfy. You're probably actually in bed. Just don't spill your coffee or your tea in it. This is a rest life song. I'll float around the ceiling. That's the song I sang the other day from a movie. I love to laugh, dancing on the ceiling. You're going to bump into a bunch of angels if you do that, and you might not easily get down, and I don't even know how you get up. I mean, I may be magical, but I'm not that fancy. Okay. But you'd be in good company if you did briefly teleport that way. It's as loud as it goes. So again, if you have headphones, might want to use them. Now it just seems to be the E. Do it. The secondary sound it was doing, it's not doing it. Prove me wrong, why don't you? Oh, I heard it there. You will always be a part of me, and I will never ever feel your strength when I need it most. My own unique version. When you're gone now, but not forgotten. Did I change the tempo? I don't think so. I can't say it to your face, but I know you hear me. If you add the beat, it sounds like old jazzy vibe. Sorry, broke it. I'll see. Ray is tempo bit. I'll see you again. You never really left. I feel you walk beside me. Feel like Josh Groban. And I know I'll see you again. When I'm lost and missing you like crazy, I tell myself I'm so blessed to have had you in my life. My life. I'll see you again. You never really left. I feel you walk beside me, and I know I'll see you again. I'll see you again. You never really loved, and I feel you walk beside me, and I know I'll see you again. Sounds like the old jazz Jay-Z vibe or jazzy vibe. If you add a beat, there was a beat. Where were you? You can't stop the beat. That's a fun song. Oh, Good Morning Baltimore. You can't stop the beat. Hearts and love. You can heart and love to say. Of course, there's the Michael Jackson song, but this is a fun one that I'll do. It's from a musical. And then there's also Good Morning Baltimore. And then we'll wrap it up with Proud Mary. Do you know Proud Mary? And you know why she's so proud? Rip Ari. So, style. And yeah. I knew a drag queen that once. It was the go-to song at the club on karaoke nights. I didn't go often. Believe it or not, I didn't. I promise. It was not really that nearby or a great location. Apparently, there were 3 clubs like that. But yeah, I knew a young drag queen that used to sing that song. But anyway, from there we got... Whoops. Were you asking about country a while ago? Or is that somebody else? This is a fast song. That should sound much faster at 147. Well, they have a setting called musical. Let's see, too fast. You can stop the avalanche. Voice. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Just a minute here. Flutes, maybe? Proud Mary is the one. Just a little preview of it before I do it. Left a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day. Why do all these sound the same? Do I not have the settings selected? They shouldn't sound the same. But they kind of do. Well, these should definitely be changing. Sometimes this thing seems to glitch. Okay, we're not going to play with the sounds. We're just going to play with the styles then. So, basically, this one goes, you can't stop the avalanche as it races down the hill. You can try to stop the season, but you know you never will. You can try to stop my dancing feet, but I just cannot stand still. And just the world keeps spinning round and round, and my heart keeps keeping time to the speed of sound. And I was lost till I heard the drums and I found my way. Where's the grand piano sound? That's a nice one. Sound. Shoot. Shoot sound. Back without the hat. Chris without the... Yeah, so anyway, spinning around and round and my heart keeps going. And I found my way. You can't stop the beat ever since first time it began. Man, I'm moving like the shake. It's a hard song. It's very fast, if you couldn't tell. With all of my might today. You can't stop the motion of the ocean and the sun and the sky. You can wonder if you want it, but I'll never ask why. If you try to hold me down, I'm gonna look in your eye and say, you can't stop the beat. It's really fast. I recommend just looking that one up because it's really fast. I was trying to figure out who does the song Rise Up, as if you have a choice. What was the other song? I'm tempted to do this one by Andre Day. And then we'll do Proud Mary. Did I miss one? No, I did the Italian Waltz. I did the Country Roads. Okay, so Andre Day, Proud Mary. That was kind of a slow one, a fast couple ones, a slow one, a fast one. That's how they do it in concert so that they can get through a whole concert, right? So remember to like and subscribe if you haven't. Don't be shy to comment because I know there's somebody else there. Glad to have you here, whether you've been to the channel before or not. I'm curious if you'd like to say. And anything else? No, just enjoy. So, and to feel the feels. This is kind of another sort of deep one. But yeah, okay. Thinking of Mark, thinking of me sometimes as I'm getting older, and everybody else. Broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round. You can't find the fighter, but I see it in you. We can walk it out. Mountain, we can walk it out. Mountains, where's my string effect? I want some strings. Give me strings. And if you have a genre idea, sorry to interrupt it, but I'm hearing strings in my head, kind of, sort of. And I'll rise up. I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up. In spite of the aches, I'll rise up. And I'll do it 1,000 times again. Thank you. And I'll rise up. rise up in spite of the aches. I'll rise up. I'll rise up. I like the waves. I'll rise up. In spite of the aches, I'll rise up. And I'll do it 1,000 times again. Rip bar and mark. For you. This is called Rise Up, so you can think of some songs to request tomorrow as well. When the silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe, and I know you feel like dying, but I promise you we'll take the world to its feet and move mountains. We'll bring it to its feet. Move mountains. And I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. All we need is hope. For that we have each other. For that we have each other. So we'll rise up, rise like the waves. We'll rise up, in spite of the aches. We'll rise up, do it 1,000 times again. That just repeats. I want to remember I'm going to do Halo, and then I'm going to do Proud Mary, because that made me think of Halo for some reason. Thanks for your comments, and I really appreciate y'all supporting live music, or virtual music, but, you know, musicians. Do you know Halo by Beyonce? She will be home soon. He's being good. Not G, the dog. I'm chilly. I did turn up the heat, right? Right. You're like, I don't know. Did you? Yep, you do. See, I knew you were cool all along. Yeah, there was actually there was a guy from India that watched the video the other day after you left, and there was somebody else from India. I'm hoping to see them from India from the party, and then aside from yourself, and then there was a guy that was requesting boy band. I think he was from India, but it's all good. Okay, so let's do. This is and then there's fire as well. Girl on fire, but let's try a different type of string. That sounds like the same type of string. I never heard of Mikado before. Pizzicato strings? Pizza? I didn't eat very much at lunch. I had a small piece of pizza while I was rolling earlier. I didn't eat anything else, and I probably should at least have something. So come with me to the kitchen. Or does this have to be charging? Probably soon. 33%. Okay. I just have to take a little bit of a break. Maybe that's why my stomach's a bit sore. Also could be good. Right. And then we'll do Halo and Proud Mary. But the thing about that sound effect is it didn't have a lot of resonance. What do we want to eat at this party? I'm doing this on... I can see your comment, yes, but I can't see me moving on the screen because that's on the other device. What do we want? Where's the charger? That's not the one I'm looking for. Did I put it over? I didn't put it back over here, did I? Okay, good. I still have it back. I'm going to do it. Here. What do we want to eat? Welcome to the fridge. Oh. Gee, that did not happen. Sorry. What's happening is because of the glitch, which I think is still a glitch from what I noticed, is you're like, what's happening? Is the chat is not displaying on the laptop, which I'm recording it on, so I'm watching it on here, and I keep forgetting that I'm not recording it on here. So I'll let you look at our fridge for a moment. That felt a little bit funny, but whatever. It's not the first thing to feel funny on this channel, in a good way. Funny, haha. I bought some interesting cheese the other day. It's red wine flavored, but it's very strong. So it's kind of having it itself. It's kind of that's what I'm going to have for dinner. Pasta. I don't know. A cookie? Take a lookie for a cookie? Those have protein, but they may have more sugar. I think I'm going to have a shortbread cookie, like because my grandparents are Scottish, and G brought shortbread cookies the other day, and if I can find them, as opposed to long bread cookies, because what do you got going on tomorrow, by the way? Yeah, so tomorrow's will probably be a few hours from this time when we do the party. But if I'm not going out tomorrow, it might also be this time too. But I definitely want to do a small one with G, I think. And other than that, just enjoy each other's company like any other day, and maybe go for dinner. I'm not sure. Then I have a video call on Friday with somebody. But okay, well, I'm just going to do these last two songs, and then I'll probably wrap up anyway. So, yeah, definitely if you have plans, you should not go on no sleep. But if you, depends what your plans are, I guess, and how often you do that. But do you feel better in some ways that you're not drinking? I mean, I don't want to say alcohol is completely bad, but it certainly can be very harmful, especially with energy drinks, which are bad enough on their own. And a lot of people do get a little too intense with alcohol, right? But a lot of people get pretty loose and giddy and fun too. So I have a feeling you might be the latter. But how do you feel? Yep, I appreciate your patience. I'm just going to get a new fresh water here. This may not have been the greatest thing to have before singing because it's kind of dry. But it jumped out behind me on the counter and said, "Eat me, eat me." No, I do realize the cookies don't actually talk. I do realize that. I'm not that insane. You're like, okay, because I wasn't sure. Okay. They only talk if I make them talk. And sing if I make them sing. So do you got, apparently there's some new types of Oreos out there. I'm a bit chilly. So you got your cookies, you got a beverage, late night snack, midday snack if it's midday. There's some holiday Oreos apparently that are a bit different. Okay. Which one would you like to hear if you had to pick? Although you might find yourself staying for both, but we'll see. I appreciate you being here. Which one would you like to hear? One or both of you, if you had to pick. And Proud Mary or Halo? Actually, I have to pull up Proud Mary. I'm sure she'd appreciate that. She is pretty proud after all. Oops, I accidentally almost typed pull. Proud Mary chords. And it comes with the lyrics, just in case there's parts of it I don't know. Halo, maybe it's been 2 years. Does it make you think of anybody in particularly, aside from me? I mean, I'm alive, but, 30%, 42 minutes. Okay. That's just what I need. No, I'm not going to go for 40 minutes. Okay, Halo it is. Gina, is that you back? Are you maybe driving? Is that why you're not saying anything? Maybe you can have your daughter or your son say, yes, it's us. She's driving. We'll be home shortly or something like that on our own channels to make the numbers climb. Or who do we got? Harp? Let's try harp. We actually have a harp, though. That's the only thing. Oh. That's a big sound. I want to try something. I'm going to put this laptop, just so I'm a bit more front on. It went from 2 to 0, but it still says 2 there. Tell me, is this too loud being right on top of the speaker? I don't think it would mess up the computer otherwise, but is this too loud being on top of the speaker? Like it was until you turned it down. Or is there too much vibrating? Does that sound okay? No, that's good. Okay. You probably listen to lots of loud music yourself, but remember those walls I built? Maybe they're tumbling down. Didn't even put up a fight. Didn't even make a sound. Found a way to let you in. Never really had a doubt. Living in the light of your halo. I got my angel now. It's like I've been awakened. You had me breaking. It's a twist that I'm taking. Oh, and we're gonna shut you out. Everywhere I'm looking now, surrounded by your embrace. Maybe I can be your halo. Much easier than sure. You know my saving grace. Everything you need and more. Oh, maybe I can be your halo. Brave won't fade away. Hit me like a ray of sun, burning in the darkest night. You're the one that I want, addicted to your light. Birds never fall again. I'll start that verse again, and I want to add a bit of background, a bit more backing, I think. Hit me like a ray of sun, even in the darkest night. You're the one that I want, addicted to your light. But never fall again. This don't even feel like falling. Gravity can't forget. It pulls me back to the ground again. Like I've been awakened. Everything breaking. It's the risk that I'm taking. Never gonna shut you out. I'm still not looking over here. We're looking now. So that's why I moved it a bit closer. Everywhere I'm looking now, surrounded by your embrace. Maybe you can be my halo. You know you're my saving grace. Everything you need and more, written all over your face. Maybe I can be your halo. My brave won't fade away. I can be your halo, halo. I can be your halo, halo. I was like, what you put there? I'm just not trying to do stuff. I can see your halo, halo. I can see your halo, halo. Everywhere I'm looking now, surrounded by your embrace. Maybe I can be your halo, saving grace. Good thing I'm not taking like one word to this title. Really wanted more, it's all over your face. Maybe I can feel your halo, pray it won't fade away. Yeah, this definitely is right. Yeah, it's Halo. What do you think it was? You guy doing it? Me on the behalf, right? May not. right as I was, I guess that's what is. Said that right as I hit the wrap up thing. I'm going to do my only other idea for this song, and I don't think there's anybody else other than you who needs to get to sleep soon to give me ideas. So, and I'm tired, so I need to remember that. Keep them side by side. Yes, I'm following the music on this, but otherwise watch the comments and that here. Otherwise, I'm talking to the side thinking I'm talking on that screen because that's where the comments are, and that's where the really meat and potatoes is aside from what I'm putting into it. But okay, here we go. Now we need something a bit more uppity. Uppity, where are you? Get over here. Is that uppity? Nope. You would have thought Brit Rock would have been uppity. Where's my uppity? Hip hop light, believe it or not. Here we go. I'm going to try something really wild with this. You don't know the original. You can look it up and see that this was sounding nothing like it and exactly like it all at once. And I don't know if any of the members of the band are still alive, but I'm sure they say, well, that was a cool rendition of the song. Let's sign this guy up with a record deal. Very thumpy. That one might not be coming through as clear. I left a good job in the city. Is that? It feels like there's something missing with that one though. Funky House? This one I think is the one with the really cool background. Really cool outro. I think. Da 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 da. Well, I left a good job in the city. I was working for the man every night and day, and it never lost a minute of sleep. And I was worried about the way things might have been. I see the big wheels keep on turning, proud Mary keep on burning, rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. I left a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day, but I never lost a bit of sleep, and I can't be worried about the way things might have been. Oh, big wheel, keep on turning. Oh, proud Mary, keep on burning. I don't think it's one with the outro I was thinking about. Okay, we're rolling. Rolling here, rolling on the river. I think it's this one. Made a lot of plates in Memphis. I pumped a lot of painterting down in New Orleans, but I never saw the good side of the city till I hitched a ride on the riverboat Queen. Big wheels keep on turning. Oh, proud Mary, keep on burning. Now we're rolling, rolling, yeah, rolling on the river. That's where it needs to be faster. I think it does get faster. What's that? What's that say in funky letters? I'm so glad I noticed you at the end there, Maxie's. And that I switched over. Sometimes I forget too. If you go down to the river wheels keep on turning. Oh, oh, round Mary, keep on burning. 'Cause we're rolling, rolling, yeah. Rolling on the rivers. Rolling, rolling, yeah. Rolling on the river. We're rolling, rolling, woo, rolling on the river. Are you dancing on your bed? Ugh, how fun. It really is a party. Scandalous. Just kidding. I honestly thought it went on for a bit longer than that, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna wrap up soon. I'm still unsure when I'm gonna watch this DVD and try not to think of what it makes me think of in a couple of ways. I think honestly, once I get up to it, that's what I think. That's when I'll feel like it. But I want to get rid of it. Somebody's Christmas present, but be a previously owned sample DVD. So, not letters. Look again. It's dancing. It's a dancing move, and I'll tell you what it looks like to me. Other than a dancing move, I just have to plug in the laptop. It's really about to die in a moment, but I'll do that little dance that you sent me. I'm going to turn this off. I don't know if it would still post on this thing if it dies, and I just noticed it's really dangerously low, and it can't die on my day before my birthday. 23%. I don't have to. Oh, but I'm gonna because I wanna, and you deserve it. All the trouble you've caused. Just kidding. So it looks a bit like, oh God, I'm not that flexible. I see a face in there. Well, it looks like, I don't know if that's a leg or an arm. That's the first problem. There's parts missing. And then it looks like it does this, and then it's a music note. And then it looks like it does this, and then it looks like it does this. So it's kind of almost Bollywood. I don't know. That's as much as this old guy can do. It's just two hands and a face. You mean like this? Sorry, that looked like something. But what? Yeah, that movie. I know. No, that piece of artwork. And also, the gay guy down the street. Don't I wish. And then that, I don't know what that is. I don't know how to do dots and funny things that look like boobies. Actually, oh, no one's here right now. You know what? I might send you a picture. Because I have a way of doing it. I'm gonna get right on that and message you a question. You can get to it tomorrow if you like on Gmail. I'm thinking of a conversation topic that we can have with each other, and which may follow with a picture if all works in your favor and mine. And it'll really be happy birthday. But I think G just got home about 10 minutes. Well, actually, no. Usually you wouldn't be leaving for 10 minutes. But hi. Probably about 20-ish minutes early. But he's home from work and biked and this and that. And we'll party again with you tomorrow and maybe even sooner. But probably not more today. I'm podcasted out for the day, I think. But we'll see. We'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in. Take care. Get a good sleep. I'm going to nap as well. I'm trying to end the stream. There we go. Hola.